What's up, guys? It's Dan from Coin Bureau Trading, back at it again with another crypto market update. Today we've got Cardano, Chainlink, and Algorand. I'm sure you're all wondering what these cryptos are up to. Why have they been pumping? How high are they going to go? If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell. Before we get started, do keep in mind that nothing in this video is financial advice. It's just my personal analysis of these cryptos. Your analysis could be different, and if it is, that's awesome, because the more difference of opinion that we have, the better traders and the better investors we're all going to become. With that being said, guys, I was kind of looking around thinking, what could be a catalyst that's coming up specifically for Cardano, something that could cause ADA to pump that a lot of people have missed. And I actually came across this post from back in December of last year when the Cardano Foundation revealed that they would be launching a platform called Reeve in Q2 of 2025, which of course is going to begin, this month. It already began. Q2 is April, May, June. Basically, we're almost in the middle of Q2 here, so it wouldn't be surprising to see an announcement of this Reeve platform, which, of course, as is noted here, will enable organizations to transparently publish and verify financial information on chain, driving trust and accountability in financial reporting. You can find more information about that on the Cardano Foundation website. This looks really interesting, and of course, with all this kind of pro-crypto regulations coming into play, I think it's going to be a good time for Cardano to launch this, and we're probably going to see a few partners sign on initially, and that could be a thing that causes ADA to pump in the short term. But to be honest, guys, I actually don't think we're going to need to see a Cardano specific catalyst. I think that most altcoins are going to see another little leg higher either this week or next week, and we're here on ADA on the weekly chart, and some of you may know that a level I've been watching very closely is the Bollinger Band moving average on the weekly. It kind of tells you when ADA is in a medium-term bull trend versus bear trend, and as you guys can see, it looks like it's going to be coming up to this Bollinger Band moving average on the weekly, which is around 80 cents. And of course, that would be a pump of around 13% from the current price, which is not too shabby. So that is my short-term price target for ADA. And again, I think it's going to be hit either later this week or next week. And then what we'll probably see after that is probably a little bit of a rejection. People will say it's over, it was a bear market rally, blah, blah, blah. But then after that, I think it's going to bounce again, get back above that Bollinger Band moving average on the weekly sometime in May, and then start breaking out to the upside, and people will realize, oh yeah, it's real. And then we'll see ADA hitting all-time highs over the summer. And I do think ADA could hit somewhere around $4 to $5. But of course, we'll have to play things by ear and take things one step at a time. First step is getting up to the Bollinger Band moving average on the weekly around 80 cents. As you guys might have noticed, we were using Binance there. The Coin Bureau deals page has a 20% trading fee discount and up to $600 in bonuses. That's the biggest deal you can get on Binance. It's available exclusively through the Coin Bureau. Taking advantage of the deal is super simple. All you have to do is click the link. It'll take you to a page that looks like this. Put in your email or phone number, sign up to Binance. Literally takes 2 minutes. It has ADA and every other altcoin you could possibly want on Binance. It's the world's largest crypto exchange. If you can't use Binance for whatever reason, then do keep in mind that we do have deals for other exchanges that are available to US and UK users like Arkham. We have a whole bunch of deals down in the description. They're completely free. You get a trading fee discount. The exchange gets a new user, and we get a cut of the trading fees. That's how the Coin Bureau makes its money. We're not sponsored by any crypto projects. We're not shilling Ethereum or Solana or Cardano or anything. We don't care what crypto you like, so long as you're interested in buying, selling, trading, hodling. We have all the tools you need to basically maximize your returns on the Coin Bureau deals page again, and the link is down in the description. Anyways, guys, moving on now to Chainlink. Of course, Chainlink is at the intersection, let's say, of a whole bunch of narratives that are emerging, like stablecoins and tokenized RWAs. The one that I want to focus on today is stablecoins, because of course they actually do go hand in hand. What some of you may not know is that stablecoins, it sounds like, are going to be the primary trading pair against these tokenized RWAs on chain. This is something that a lot of people don't really think about as the connection between these two niches. Basically, as tokenized RWAs grow, they're not going to be trading against regular US dollars on chain. They're going to be trading against stablecoins. And of course, Chainlink plays a role in both because it's providing basically data feeds for stablecoins and for tokenized RWAs. And it's interesting that Chainlink had this post here showing stablecoins is at the tip of the iceberg, and then all these other tokenized assets is coming below that. I would almost say it's a little bit like the other way, where stablecoins are kind of like the thing that's below the surface that people don't understand, that is related to these tokenized assets. But in any case, guys, the reason why I'm flagging stablecoins is because Mastercard, of course, just made an announcement here that they basically they partnered with Paxos and Circle, and now also with OKX, and they're basically going to be rolling out more elaborate stablecoin features. And of course, this foreshadows. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but in terms of a specific catalyst, like something concrete, I was actually looking to see if Chainlink had a formal partnership with Mastercard related to stablecoins. Apparently, it doesn't. If it does, then feel free to fact check me in the comment section. But from what I could tell, there's no formal partnership as it relates to stablecoins. But of course, with MasterCard getting more involved in stablecoins, I actually do think there's potential grounds there. Who of all the data oracles they would partner with for any on-chain stuff, who do you think they would do it with? Obviously, it would be with Chainlink. So again, that's something. Again, like there's nothing concrete there. But I, like in terms of like anyone saying that it's going to happen. But I do think it's something that's basically in the cards now, especially when we start to see stablecoin regulations come out. But again, in the shorter term here, I don't necessarily think we're going to need to see a specific catalyst for Link to pump. I think most altcoins are going to see a rally again to the Bollinger Band moving average on the weekly, which in Chainlink's case is around $17.5-ish. That's around a 16% gain from the current price. I expect this level to be hit either later this week or next week, just like with ADA. After that, maybe we'll see a little bit of a pullback, down to $14 or something. Everyone will say it's over and it was a bear market rally. And then we'll see another move higher above the Bollinger Band moving average on the weekly, and then Link will really explode higher, and people will understand, oh yeah, it's not over yet, and we'll see Link hitting all-time highs sometime over the summer. And of course, in Link's case, it wouldn't surprise me if it gets up somewhere close to the $100 level. But of course, we'll have to take things one step at a time. And again, the first step is to wait and see if Link can hit this Bollinger Band moving average on the weekly around $17.5. I personally think that it will, and again, I think that's coming later this week or early next week, and then we'll have to wait and see what happens after that. Turning on now over to Algorand, this is where we can lean a little bit more into the tokenized RWAs. It's worth pointing out that I noticed that Algorand, the Algorand Foundation had pinned their post about tokenized RWAs to their profile. So clearly this is the thing that they're focusing on the most. It's interesting because Algorand, I don't want to say that they were kind of like flip-flopping, but you guys might note like in my weekly updates that I was trying to see like, okay, like what angle are they trying to take? What niche are they trying to fill, let's say, like where are they trying to position themselves? And it's quite clear with that recent pin, I think that Algorand is really looking at the tokenized RWAs. And this is where things get really interesting because, of course, the SEC recently had basically got a new chair, formally replacing Gary Gensler. And of course, this is Paul Atkins. And the really interesting thing that a lot of people are missing is that Paul literally specified, he said it's always good to have Congress's input, and if there's a statute to back up whatever we're doing, I think that's all the better. But we have ample room to maneuver under existing rules and laws, which basically says, hey, we can basically do, I don't want to say that they can do whatever they want, but they can basically do all this stuff around tokenized RWAs. That's all stuff that's going to fall under the SEC's jurisdiction because, of course, tokenized RWAs are securities, right? Like bonds and stocks and stuff like that. So what this is basically saying is like, hey, like we don't actually need anything from Congress. We can already start approving this stuff. And when you combine that with the comments from what's his name there, Mark Ueda, who was the acting chair, he basically said that like, hey, we could have like a almost like an experimentation window where anything goes until we see regulations passed by Congress. We're basically going to allow anything to happen, which of course is going to be bullish for any chains that are looking to support like all this experimentation around tokenized RWAs, which of course includes Algorand. But again, like in the shorter term, I don't think that Algo is going to need a specific catalyst. I think it's going to move up with the rest of the market. Similarly to ADA and Link, it looks like it's going to hit the Bollinger Band moving average around 26 cents. That would be a 15% gain. So basically looking at around similar gains across ADA, Link, and Algo, at least here in the short term. Again, I do think that's a level that'll be hit either later next week or later this week or next week. And then after that, it'll get maybe a little bit of a rejection. And then after that rejection, everyone will say it's over. It was a bear market rally. Like this last month of gains, like it's a nothing burger, and we're going into a bear market. And then there will be a break above. I think sometime again, and probably sometime in mid or late May, we'll see a break back above that Bollinger Band moving average on the weekly, and we'll see Algo, Link, ADA, most altcoins explode higher in like that altcoin season that a lot of people have been waiting for. That will start over the summer. How long it's going to last, how high altcoins are going to go, that's something that's up for debate. I do think that in Algo's case, it should hit at least $1 as well. Over the summer. But again, guys, we'll have to take things by ear one step at a time. And of course, I'll be keeping you updated every single week as I have been. If you did make it this far and you did enjoy the video, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ping that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.